गुड इवनिंग फ्रेंड्स। आज हम जी एस कवरेज करेंगे 13 नवंबर 2017 न्यूज़पेपर के साथ, जो कि हम द हिंदू यूज़ कर रहे हैं। तो फर्स्ट आर्टिकल की हम तरफ देखेंगे कि क्या क्या मैंने यहाँ बहुत सारे जो जो बहुत सारे न्यूज़ है उसको इकट्ठा करके, उसको जो कॉमन थीम है उनको इकट्ठा करके उनको एक्सप्लेन करने की कोशिश की। होप यू अंडरस्टैंड इट। सी लेट्स सी द फर्स्ट सम न्यूज़। Muslim man killed by the vigilante, says family. An RSS man hacked to the death in the Thrissur. See, इसके जो don't go in the depth of this article who killed whom. So the theme of this both the news are, it is threat to the diversity. Someone is killing for someone for the for the reason for opposing them. So it's a threat to the diversity, which is a part of our GS1 syllabus, that is the diversity of India. So I would like to mention here that any political community which developed as a nation is result of the binding factor, and India is known for its diversity, and there is many much more reason which binds our diversity, and the factor which are some responsible for creation of diversity. So some of the factors like our national movement, which because of which we created a great nation, and the contemporary one is cricket, democracy. These are some binding factors for our diversity. So but nowadays some decisive factor are threatening our diversity, like vigilantism, mob violence, lynching. They are gaining importance because it uh, because there is prevalence of ideology. Okay, so in this situation we need to understand the fundamental rights which supports our unity, like article 21, which talks about our right to life and liberty. uh, right to life and liberty. Okay, so like in Gopalan case, Supreme Court held that liberty of citizen except liberty of citizen cannot be taken except procedure established by law. And in Menka Gandhi case also, the Supreme Court again held that the procedure established by law is unjust if it threatens to the life of the citizen. So that much important it is given in our constitution for protection of the life. Then in then it is so no one can kill anybody in the name of nationalism or whatever. So all in the name of vigilantism, lynching, or any kind of other threats which are any kind of other threats to our unity, they are acting as a fragmentation agent in our society. So fragmentation of society is happening in all in the name of this, uh, against the defenseless people, minority, Dalit, or whoever who's trying to push them as the edge of the city. And so democrat so what is way forward in this? So democratization of public space and fighting the discrimination and protecting the people from vegetarianism. All these are way forward. So hope you understand this. So let's move to the next article. So there are 3-4 news which are related to the Asian summit, which are ongoing in Manila, Manila, which is capital of Philippines. Okay, so there's some of the news like navigation rights figure in the first quadrilateral talk, which are mentioned in the first page of the newspaper. Counter of counters are BRI, and South China Sea Rohingya on Asian map. So there are 3 articles which I combined. So the theme of this article is about the ongoing Asian summit in Manila. So outcome, let me explain you the recent summit which is ongoing in Manila. There is a much more development here because of some problem created by China or ISIS, Rohingya exodus. So let's talk about the Asian summit. Asian summit is just a biannual meeting. Okay, uh, and who the members are of the member are like Association of Southeast Asian Nation, the nation which are the nation which are in the southeast part of the world. They are mainly they are mainly the members of this summit. Okay, and again there are addition of 6 member, that is Asian plus 6 member, and India is also part of this Asian summits. Okay, so key points of this summit is likely to be like maritime dispute over South China Sea, exodus of Rohingya citizens of Myanmar into Bangladesh and our in India. So So North Korean nuclear posturing and Islamic State linked terrorism, which is shown in the Marawi city of the Philippines. Okay, so this can be a likely issue which will be discussed in the forthcoming summit. So in the on editorial there is one article that's counter BRI. In this, the author of the article try to discuss that India should not trust in the diplomatic alliance to counter the China. Okay, so why what is the why he is giving such a view? So we will look it in the we will do some analysis of this article. Okay, in in recent summit there is a formation of quad, that is a short form for quadrilateral, which is found by the India, Australia, Japan and US. Okay, they came together for this came together as a like-minded country to counter the common denominator China. And also they also try to discuss and promote the peace, stability and prosperity in Indo-Pacific region. So their aim is to just counter China, nothing else. Okay, so other says we should not enter in a diplomatic alliance to counter China, because if you are partnering with China to if you are partnering with Japan to counter China, like why we should not counter in China in this meeting. Like China is already developed some alternative mechanism, like we used to call as sting of pearls. So already there is development mechanism, and he is producing lucrative investment and long term benefits to this country. So any country can be take part in the one belt one road initiative of China, because of its much more lucrative benefits of this initiative. And like if you are countering the China by formation of quad, like suppose we'll try to understand by one country. Like first we'll take the Japan, then we'll take the US, and then Australia. Though if you are if you are seeking if you are going with the Japan, see Japan already we are engaged with Japan for the LNG project, which is given to Sri Lanka. Again in again Japan and we are part of uh, Asia Africa. What is that? One second. Huh. That one project which is Japan and India are part of, like Asia Africa Growth Corridor. Okay, there are much more already engagement with Japan, so we should not go again to counter China with this. Okay, so US, see what is the problem with US is like we can understand there should be a cooperative mechanism is essential. There is cooperative mechanism is essential to maintain the peace in Indian Ocean region. But before that, we need to do some cost benefit analysis, right? For building before building such grand alliances like US. There is a dichotomy. There is a dichotomy or dualism in American policy. Like US already signed agreement for the China Silk Road Fund to promote the One Belt One Road initiative. Okay, and again US is again forming the quad with India to counter China. Matlab, there is a dualism. There is no clear stand of US policy. That's the reason we should not rush into this his alliance. Okay, and also if you want to counter China, there we can go for we can go with our oldest defense partner, that is Russia. Russia has also invited India to join international north-south transport corridor, like which can be gateway for India and through connecting over the Chabar port, which is passing through the Afghanistan. So India should not seek its national interest by binding itself in a multiple treaty, because in short term it is lucrative, but in long term it can be a threat to our sovereignty, right? So this is the theme of this 3-4 issues news. Sorry. So next one is next three news are like the AI battlefield. What humans do, cobot can do. AI system can identify emotions in a voice. So the theme of this three news are artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. So it is a part of our syllabus, like it's developed and it's like in GS3 there is one topic mentioned, that is science and technology and its development and its effect in everyday lives. So not about not only artificial intelligence they will ask in topic. There are different techniques, the different technology which will be produced in the future. So there will be question on technology. So we will cover this artificial intelligence. Okay, see, for surviving technology in the market, its advantage should outweigh its disadvantage, right? But in case of artificial intelligence, there is a confusion whether its pros outweigh its cons or not, and there is some not proper understanding about this artificial intelligence in the market. See, one of the well-known British prominent scientists, all we know him like Stephen Hawking, named as Stephen Hawking. He wants that our effort of creating a machine, like thinking machine, it is pros to the human. It will be dangerous to humanity. Like creating a superhuman intelligence might be end our humanity. It is the view of Stephen Hawking. So why he is giving such a critical view about the artificial intelligence? So artificial intelligence is transforming our everything which is connected to human life, like employment, economy, communication, privacy, ethics, security. But still we are in dilemma whether the artificial is making this planet a better place to live, or which is or the it is making planet to full of disaster, right? So we are still in dilemma. Like some of the technology which are developed in recently, like technology like smartphone, smart healthcare, autonomous car, we praise these things. But in other side we also protest because there is unemployment, increasing taxes, and our privacy is going in a public. See, no, all the smartphone you use, they need your fingerprint. They need some, it is optional, but there is an option to use your fingerprint. So what it means, you are sharing your privacy with the private company. But when you are coming when I would like to mention, there is the ongoing debate also in last, like whether Aadhaar should be compulsory or not. Here the theme is like, when you are sharing your privacy with the private, you are not hesitating. But when you are sharing your private data with the private company, you are not hesitating. Is it correct on your side? Is it correct on your side? So my view is it correct? Because see, state is our protector. If there is a violation of our privacy by the private company, you will go to government, and if government to protect our right. And if we are sharing our data with the government, and there is violation of our privacy right by the government, then where to whom we can approach? So it is correct on our part to protest against the other. This is my personal view. Okay, so see, I would like to mention you should write one essay about artificial intelligence, because there are much more news about artificial intelligence, and might be they will ask one essay in next year. So this is about artificial intelligence. Here mention the cobots. Cobots are like not robots. Cobots, like they need some human assistance to work them. So cobots are a middle part between the robot and human employment. Whether there if there is a question whether robot we should a part of industry, then you said no, cobot should be a part of industry, because robot works independently. Cobot need human assistance. So this is difference between cobots and robots. Okay, I would like to mention some of like issue which is arising from the artificial intelligence. Like one of the first is unemployment. Okay, so because it is providing benefit to the bigger enterprises at the cost of small enterprises. Also privacy. Our privacy is at the verge. Ethical. If something is going wrong, then who is responsible? It is not clear in artificial intelligence techniques. Okay, so obviously there is. So we will conclude this. Obviously, artificial intelligence has impressive ability, but it is difficult to figure out how much human level machine intelligence of artificial intelligence can bring benefits to society, and how much it will harm to society. So there is a dilemma, and because of this dilemma, we are not proceeding with the artificial intelligence, in spite of there is a larger demand in India. So let's move to the next. So heat refresh GST constantly about rationalizing tax rate, and there is one interview also which is talking about some GST implementation and some of the issues from this. So we'll discuss here some of the issues which is arising from the GST. See, uh, GST brought to create a common market. Yeah, okay, we are agree. But there are some issues like it removed the multiple taxes, but it brought the multiple tax rates. Right. This is the first issue about the GST. Also, there is a return filing. Return filing. There is a much more difficulty in return filing, and also it is not mentioned. It is not clear on which things GST should be applied. Like in restaurant, when you are going to restaurant, they are charging GST, but in rule they are mentioned the restaurant which charge GST only if there is available of AC and if they are producing the printed bill. But we common people don't know the rule. That's why there is a much more confusion on GST. So another issue, like these are some issues you you should note down. It is available in everywhere, so I will not discuss about it. So currency in public hand searches, okay, defeat of public policy. See, there is an article, currency in public hand searches, like demonetization happened before 2-3 months ago, right? And there is one of the more motto of the demonetization is cashless economy, but due to rapid demonetization and implementation of GST, the goal of demonetization is always is defeated, and there is much more currency in market now. So this article is about that only. So vegetable dip due to next article is vegetable dip due to dry spell in J&K. Oh, okay. This article about it's article about some of the environmental change in Jammu and Kashmir. This is dry spell. It is less precipitation than usual. Is we can call it as dry spell. So due to the less precipitation, there is a less moisture available there, and that's the reason there is a vegetable production deep in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. So what is Earth climatic future? See, climate change is a much bigger topic, and I would like to create one separate lecture on it. So I will deal with it separately. Thank you.